Hello everyone, welcome to the series of lecture on C programming. In today's session, we are going to discuss about strings. Okay, in this session, what we are going to cover? In this strings, what we are going to cover? Character array, it is nothing but a string, and next concept is reading strings from the standard input device. How can we read string from input device? And next one is displaying strings on the standard output device, and next importance of terminating a string and various string standard library functions. So in this strings concept, we are going to cover all these sub concepts. Okay, character array, reading strings from the standard input device, displaying strings on the standard output device. How can we display? That means what are the predefined functions we are going to use to display string on the standard output device, and what is the importance of terminating a string, and what are standard string library functions provided by C library. These are all things we are going to discuss in this session. Okay, now we will start with what is a string. What is a string? A string is nothing but a character array. A string is nothing but a character array. What is an array? Before going to discuss about character array, what is an array? An array is nothing but a collection of elements of similar data elements. A collection of similar data elements which are stored in a continuous memory location. An array is a collection of similar data elements which are stored in a continuous memory allocation. Okay, so now we have so many types of arrays like integer array, character array, float array. Like we have an integer array. Integer array is nothing but collection of integers. Float array is nothing but collection of float elements. Character array is nothing but collection of characters. Character array is nothing but collection of characters. So now we want to discuss about what is a string. String is nothing but a character array. That means a string is nothing but a collection of or a group of characters. A string is nothing but a group of characters. Is nothing but a string. Where can you find a group of characters? A group of characters is nothing but a character array. So how can you represent a character in C programming? If you want to assign a value for a character variable, just I am declaring a character char ch. Okay, char ch. I want to assign a value for this character. How can I assign? Can I assign straightly like ch equals to a? Can I assign straight away like ch equals to a? No, I can't assign straight away ch equals to a. You have to enclose your character in a single code. Right? Similarly, strings is nothing but a group of characters. Let us see. H, E, L, L, O. H is a single character, E is a single character, L, O. All these are all single characters because I am representing all these as a single code. I am enclosing all these characters within a single code. So individually it is a single character. All these are all single characters. These are a group of characters only. These are group of characters. but all these are representing individually, H, E, L, L, O. Okay, but what is a string? You have to join all these characters together. You have to join all these characters together. That is nothing but H, E, L, L, O. H, E, L, L, O. This is individual character representation and this is a group of characters. This is a group of characters. So, where you have to enclose, where you have to place this group of characters? In between double quote. A string should be enclosed within double quote. Strings or a group of characters should be enclosed within a double quote. A group of characters should be enclosed within a double quote. Then we can call that it is a string. Then we can call that it is a string. Otherwise, we can call that it is a group of characters only. We can call that it is a group of characters only. There is a lot of difference between group of characters and string. Group of characters and string. Like it is H-E-L-L-O. That's it. It does not have any meaning. It is just H-E-L-L-O. That's it. But what is this? Hello. We are wishing. Hello. It has some meaning. So there is a lot of difference between a string and a group of characters, individual characters, group of individual characters. Okay. So a string is nothing but a character string literal constant or just a string literal or just a string literal. It consists of 0 or more characters enclosed within double quotes. Enclosed within double quotes. For example, hello world. Hello world is a string literal constant. Yes or not? Hello world. Is it a string literal constant or not? Are we enclosing this hello world within the double quote or not? Yes, we are enclosing the group of characters within a double quote. Then it is called as a string literal constant. It is called as a string literal constant. Okay. So we have some important points we have to follow to create a string. Okay. So to create a string literal constant, we have to follow some important points. Let us see what are those. A string literal should be enclosed within double quotes only. A string literal should be enclosed within the double quotes only. Whereas character literal constant should be enclosed within a single quote. Should be enclosed within a single quote, right? And every string literal is automatically terminated by the null character. It is very important point. A lot of difference between, I said that there is a lot of difference between string and group of characters, individual group of characters, right? So every string literal should terminated by null character only. Okay. So in our example we discussed it like H-E-L-L-O. Double quote. So here I have group of characters. All these characters I am enclosing within double quote. So what compiler will do? It will automatically joins a null character at the end of this string. The compiler will automatically concatenate a null character at the end of this string. So at the end of this string, a null character will be automatically assigned by the compiler. It will be assigned by the compiler. So every string should terminate by a null character. Every string should terminate by a null character. And unlike other literal constant, string literal constant can also stored in the memory. But the memory size is not fixed. Okay. So space required for storing this is not fixed. It may change depending upon the number of characters present in the given string. Depending upon the number of characters, the string size will be changes. It is not like an integer array or it is not like a float array. Okay. So string or character array depends upon the number of characters given in the particular string. Okay, so these are the some important points in the string what we have to follow. How to declare a string? Let us see. How can we declare a string? A string, you can declare a string with the help of character array, because in C programming language we did not have straight away, we did not have any data type like name with string. With this name we did not have any data type. We did not have any data type in C programming. So how can you declare a string in C programming language? With the help of character array you can declare a string. Let us see how can you declare. See, char variable name array. The size of this array is 5. That means how many characters you can able to hold here? You can able to hold 5 characters. You can able to read. You can able to read 5 characters. Okay, so the memory representation seems like this. This memory is occupied for S of 0, S of 1, S of 2, S of 3 and S of 4. S of 4. Okay, so in this array you can able to hold 5 characters. You can able to hold 5 characters. Character 1, character 2, character 3, character 4 and character 5. Group of all these characters together is called as a string. Group of all these characters together string, and it should be terminated by a null character. Automatically compiler will terminate this string by null character. Terminates this string by null character, right? And let us see how to initialize the string. Okay, see here we declare a character array empty size, with the size is empty. The size is empty, and here I am giving the input is A, B, C, D. Group of characters A, B, C, D, and I am enclosing all these within the double quote. I am enclosing within the double quote. So the memory representation for this is A, B, C, D and a null character, and a null character. Null character will be automatically assigned by the compiler. So the size of this particular array is 4. The size of this particular array is 4, because how many elements here we are going to place? Only 4 characters. So the size is 4. And see here, you are declaring a character array with size 50. You are declaring a character array with size 50. But how many characters you are passing here? A, B, C, D. But how many characters you are passing here? 4 characters only, and it is terminated by a null character. Even though you have allocated for 50 bytes of memory, but how much memory you are using? Only 4 bytes of memory, and 1 more byte is for null character, and 1 more byte is for null character, that you no need to specify externally. This is another type of declaring a string. Just you are declaring a character array with an empty size, and I am not representing all my characters in a double quote. I am representing each and every character in a single quote separately. A, B, C, D, E. Separately I am representing. Okay. So individually I am representing means it is a group of individual characters only. But you can make your group of individual characters into a string whenever you have passed this null character at the end of your characters group. At the end of your characters group, whenever you pass this null character, then compiler thinks that all these individual characters are nothing but a string. All these individual characters are nothing but a string. Then compiler will treat that as A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D. And another representation, we are declaring a character array with the size 5 and you are giving 5 characters A, B, C, D and E. You are giving 5 characters explicitly and also you are specifying a null character also. You are specifying a null character also. If you did not specify this null character, what happened? Compiler will think that it is an individual character. So you have to access a character with the help of format specifier %C. %C is the format specifier to read a character or to display a character. Okay. So to read a string or to display a string, %S is the format specifier. To read a string or to display a string, %S is the format specifier. So whenever you have given this null character at the end of your group of characters, then automatically compiler treats that all these group of characters, it will automatically join all these group of characters together and it will form a string. That means whenever you have given a null character at the end of your group of characters, compiler will automatically join all these group of characters together and it will generate a string So these are the different possibilities to declare a string and to initialize the string. Let us see the memory requirement for a string literal. So here I declared a function, main function. In this I am going to display the size of a particular string. Here in this program I am going to take XYZ as my string. See, we have a predefined function. We already know about this function, size of function. Size of function is used to know the size of a particular identifier. Identifier is nothing but it may be a variable or it may be a string literal constant. So see here, size of XYZ. What it is? What is the value of size of XYZ? How many characters here you are observing? 1, 2 and 3. But how many bytes it required? Only 3 bytes. Normally for a character, how many bytes? It is 1 byte. So here how many characters we have? 1, 2, 3. So how many bytes are required for this XYZ? Normally 3 bytes are required. But is it a individual characters or it is a group of characters? Yes, it is a group of characters. So we are not providing null character here externally. But we are providing those group of characters within the double code. So whenever you are providing group of characters within the double code, then compiler will automatically concatenate a null character at the end of those characters. So the size of XYZ is nothing but 4 bytes. X requires 1 byte, Y requires 1 more byte, Z requires 1 more byte. So total it requires XYZ requires 3 bytes plus null character 1 byte That null character created by the compiler. The null character's memory will be created by the compiler. So this is the output. Memory requirement. How to know the memory requirement for a string literal? With the help of size of function, you can know the memory requirement for a string literal constant. Let us see the length of the string literal constant. There is a lot of difference between length of the string and memory requirement of a string. Length of the string is nothing but how many characters we have given in the string. How many characters we have in the given string? Like S equals to hello. S equals to hello. How many characters here I have? 5 characters. 5 is nothing but length equals to 5. Length of the string is equals to 5. But size is 6 bytes. Size is 6 bytes. Size is 6 bytes because explicitly how many characters here you are observing? HELLO. How many characters here you are observing? Only 5 characters. So the length of the given string is 5. But internally, do we have a null character given by compiler or not? Yes. Automatically a null character will be concatenated by the compiler. Okay. If you declare any string within the double quote, automatically the null character will be concatenated by the compiler. So it is also requiring one more byte. So the memory requirement for hello is 6 bytes and the memory requirement for, the length of the hello is 5 bytes. Okay, see this example. Length of the string literal constant xyz. Okay, so to find out the length of the string, we have a predefined function strlen. strlen. Okay, within the function, to this function, you can pass your string literal constant as an input. So here how many letters we are passing? 3 characters. How many characters here we are passing? 3 characters. So the answer is the length of the string literal constant is 3 characters. The length of the string literal constant xyz is 3 characters. 3 characters. So did you understand the difference between length of the string and memory requirement of a string? Length of the string is nothing but number of characters. Length of the string is nothing but number of characters. Memory requirement is nothing but length of the string plus null character. Length of the string plus null character. That means length of the string plus 1. That 1 is for this null character. Length of the string plus 1. That 1 is for this null character. This is the difference between memory requirement and length of the string. Okay. And let us see one more example. How 2 adjacent strings will concatenate. What happened if you provide multiple strings adjacently? What happened? Adjacent string literal constants gets concatenated. If you provide multiple strings parallelly, all those strings will get concatenated. Here, see this printf function. In this printf function, I am passing multiple strings. Hello is declaring hello. I am specifying the hello in a double quote, and next I am giving some space, and in this double quote I am giving some white space, and in the next double quote, this is the first word, this is the second word, and this is the third word. In this third word, what I am giving? World, and this is fourth word. In the fourth word, I have given some special symbols. Okay, all these 4 words are get concatenated. All the 4 words what we have given in the printf statement or gets concatenated. See the output. Hello world. What is the output here? Hello world. All the strings will get concatenated. This is the first string. Space is the second string. World is the third string. And special symbols of the fourth string. All these strings will get concatenated. Okay. So how can you read string from standard input devices? Okay. We will discuss how can read string. How can you read a string using standard input functions, or what are various functions available to read a string? What are the input functions to read a string? How can you read string with the help of standard input devices? We will discuss this concept in our next session. Thank you.